Let me tell you where I've been. I've spent years walking through doorways that weren't built for me, sitting in rooms where my name was never meant to be spoken, filling spaces I knew were borrowed, but I stayed anyway. My first love wasn't really available, and there I was, shadowed by the echo of her name, picking up scraps of a love that never was truly mine. My second love, two kids and a woman waiting for him at home. And yet, somehow, I convinced myself that I was enough to break through the walls he had built around them. But I wasn't. And there I was again, a footnote in someone else's story. The longest one, it was too good to leave. That's the one that gave me a ring, but only after years of being someone's secret, a whisper in the dark, a name he was too scared to say out loud. I thought I finally made it to the front seat, finally claimed a space that didn't feel borrowed. But now here I am. That ring, nothing more than a circle of broken promises, another love slipping through my fingers. I've spent years learning what it feels like to be second or third or not at all, always playing the back seat to somebody else's will, somebody else's life, somebody else's love. A cycle of mistrust. It's a cycle I didn't create, but somehow I'm caught in it. A triangle that keeps shifting, reshaping, until I don't even recognize where I'm supposed to be. And now when I look back, the memory feels too full, not with love, but with the weight of always waiting. Waiting for a turn that never comes, for a place that never stays mine. I've been a placeholder, a stand-in, a substitute, the for now in a world of forevers. And I hate it. I hate the way it makes me question if I'm ever enough to be chosen. I've spent years learning how to fade into the background, how to make myself small enough to fit into the cracks of someone else's life. I've been second, third, sometimes not even on the list, but still I stayed, convinced that one day I'd be the one they chose. I've carried the weight of being almost and good enough, and I worn these words like they were tattooed in my skin, like I was manifesting this shit. But this is the space in between, the place where I finally stop being everything to everyone else and start being something to me. Because for the first time, I can see clearly. I see the patterns I used to ignore, the way I gave away pieces of myself to people who didn't know what to do with them. I see the way I settled, not because I deserved more, but because I didn't think I could ask for it. I'm done with it. I'm done waiting in the shadows. I'm done being the backseat, the secret, the afterthought. I finally get to choose me. I finally get to say I am my only one and mean it. This isn't about competition. It never was. This is about I'm worth it, about refusing to get caught in the feeling of someone who can't put me first. It's not about asking for too much. It's about knowing I am enough. For once, I don't need to be anyone's choice because I've already chosen myself. And in the end, that's more than enough.